ladies and gentlemen, this is an article that came out in crimereport.org. It came out like a month ago, but it has some really interesting things in here that I want you to hear. Now, rule injustice, the hidden crisis in America. I had told many of you in my other videos that now people in the rural areas go to jail in much higher numbers than people in the urban area. Wait until you find out how long this has been going on. This is not anything recent. It's been going on for a while, y'all. Listen to this. Soaring jail populations, particularly in rural areas, are now driving America's crisis of mass incarceration. A conference at John Jay College was told Tuesday. Christian Henrichsen, research director for the Center on Sentencing and Corrections at the Vera Institute of Justice, said the number of individuals in pretrial detention in rural and small counties with fewer than 250,000 inhabitants, listen to this, began surpassing urban detention rates. That means more people in rural areas started to go to jail in higher numbers than the people in the urban areas in 2008. From 2008 all the way up until now, rural arrests for crimes have been outpacing arrests from urban areas since 2008. And it continues to increase even as urban jail populations are falling. In the last couple of decades, mass incarceration was really targeted in cities, and that's because our areas are over-policed. Okay, so as long as it's over-policed, then you're going to have mass incarceration because they're out here just plucking you off the street over any little teensy-beensy thing. More than 11 million jail admissions are recorded every year. Yet, few Americans realize that jails are a primary engine of mass incarceration. In the U.S. polls, show that rural residents continue to think of it as a largely facing urban areas. So the people in the rural areas are so damn ignorant. They think most of the arrests going on in the country are in urban areas, but it's actually in their areas. And that's because, see, they hide this information. They don't want you to know this. Okay. Among the factors driving the increase is the growth of, so they're trying to say, to sum it up in a nutshell, mental illness. But isn't everybody in jail mentally ill? I mean, I don't think it's just the people from the rural areas. You know, come on, don't try to make it seem like nobody in jail got mental illness except for the people from the rural areas. Give me a break. Okay, so they're saying in the whole prison population here in America, about 550,000 people have a serious mental illness and they're sitting in prison or jails. And another 900,000 are under correctional supervision. And, you know, they're saying, oh, this is a shameful tragedy, America tragedy. Yeah, well, America loves locking people up. So this is the society that they decided to go with, and it's really crappy. Okay. The swelling number of mentally ill individuals who are locked up is a consequence of the reduction of psychiatric beds in state facilities across the country. But analysis say it is part of a much larger problem, an increase in the number of individuals held awaiting trial because they or their relatives cannot afford the cost of money bonds. Almost all of the jail growth in the US since 2000 has been in pre-trial detention. So these are the people that are going to jail, they're charged, but they're never convicted. And see, they're telling you that's what the that's really what the majority is in this country. So if everybody is so violent in committing all these crimes, then how come the system is failing to convict them? And they're just saying the typical thing we know. If you're a person of color, you always get the higher bond than someone white that committed the same crime. We always knew that. That's not news. Okay. You just go down a little. Okay, so what they're saying, they need to pay more attention to pretrial services and risk management, and we've heard this before. And they're also talking about bail reform and how it really impacts people that can't afford to get themselves out of jail. Money bonds only detain people who are too poor to post bond. And they let bad guys who can afford to post bond get out without being assessed or having conditions that would improve public safety, which is true. You know, that's always that's always been a trick that they have used to keep the poor in jail, setting bonds that they know they can't afford, so they end up just sitting in prison, not because in many cases they committed a crime, but they just can't get out. It's very hard. They make it very difficult to get out of the system once they suck you in. And that's done intentionally. So they're saying Pretrial Justice Institute believes elimination of money bonds could reduce sharply the number of individuals held in pretrial detention, noting that programs underway in Washington, D.C. and New Jersey have made important progress in that area. But solutions to the larger issues driving jail growth, such as the failure to find alternative ways to deal with individuals with mental illness and addiction issues, continue to elude policymakers, the conference told. There's something wrong with a society that is willing to spend more to incarcerate people than to treat them. Well, this has always been America. This is how America works. I don't know why you're surprised about that and you're a judge. But ladies and gentlemen, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.